Okay, I'm going to do a beginner video for TempleOS. So first of all, the windows are similar to Windows. You have the X you can click to close the window. There's a lot of shortcut keys that you want to learn. You can do that later. Anyway, this is the autocomplete window. And it has a list of the keys right here just to get you started. So the way you first of all, we can close this if you want. That's a terminal window, command line. Now it looks like it's command line driven, but if you want, you can click on the menu and then go over to the scroll bar and then scroll down, and then you can start a game or something. Click, this is a game. The games are all keyboard controlled. This is like Defender, but flat. Anyway, so the keys you want to, the most important keys are Shift, Escape, and Escape. When you want to save and exit, you hit Escape. When you want to abort and exit, you hit Shift, Escape. So you usually hit Shift Escape all the time. So if you want to exit the menu, well anyway, so you can use the cursor keys like a document to go around the menu, and then space when you're on, you hit the space bar when you're on the game you want to play, or the icon, so space bar. And what's the exit? How do you exit? This is a pop quiz. Do you remember? Okay, Shift Escape. That exits. So anyway, so in the top upper left corner of the screen is the upper right corner of the screen is the keystroke that I'm pressing in this video. So if you ever want to pause the video and look at the keys that I pressed, you can look at that. So there's not a maximize and a minimize button, but there are keys for that. If you hit if you hit Alt M, it maximizes. To undo that, you want a border. It got rid of the border of the window, so Control B is border. Some of these are up in the border is here. Control B gets rid of the border. Okay. Anyway, so Alt M. Mostly you run things maximum screen because you have low resolution, so you usually use full screen. So up at the top is a pull-down menu. This is for the current active window. So it's kind of strange. This takes a little getting used to it. Linux does this, but Windows doesn't do this, or maybe they do now. But these are commands for this window, even though they're not. Anyway, so so as a matter of fact, when we're in this menu, it's actually an editor. So you can type like a word processing document. Now it turns out the menu, your personal menu, is a special case. When you exit this, how do you exit? Do you remember? Shift Escape. Okay, now we're back to, we started from the command line. Remember when we clicked on the menu up here? So it takes a little getting used to. You can look on this sidebar. You see this sidebar over here? That's a terminal, then a menu. Then let's say you want help and you press F1. Look at that. Now we're in this is the editor, and if you hit Control D, I'm just showing you. See how these build up? Now how do you exit? Do you remember how to exit? Shift Escape. So Shift Escape, Shift Escape, Shift Escape. So you can even hit Shift Escape here. Pow! It's gone. So terminal. So now the command line is scary to a lot of people. This is basically similar to C++. What you have to know is how to run a program, and the way you do that is hit you don't even have to use the command line if you don't want to. You can hit Control D and this is the file manager. Okay, Control D. I think it's how do we exit? Shift Escape. So now we come up here, View File Manager. If you want, you can hit Control D. Now we're in the File Manager. So you can open up these directories. You want to get acquainted with the directories. The demo directory and the apps directory are the ones you're most interested in. So when you come in to run an application, let's look, for example, at how about Excalibur? Now all of these applications have a load and a run. Load is for loading into memory, and run, if you see what that is, I hit spacebar. Run does load and then it executes. Okay, so the one you need to click on is run. So you can just hit F5 when you're on top of run. Now we're playing. F5 is now how did I exit? I hit Shift Escape. Shift Escape. Okay, so if you've used a Windows IDE for programming, anyway, everybody knows F5 is how you run a program. So you can run it from well, better not do those. The ones in the demo directory, there are this is to help teach you programming. Okay, now help is something you want to get familiar with. So F1 is help, and you want to get. You see this demo index? Oh well, first of all, these explain some of the terminologies and stuff like that. There's some, but it assumes you know the C language. So maybe I can teach you a little bit of C language. This Holy C, this tells you after you already know C, then you can look to see what Holy C is like. It's different. Anyway, so demo index is where there's a lot of games and stuff. So I recommend let's do Control. Do you remember the file manager? I don't know why it's D, but anyway, it's D. Control D. If you want to see all the keys, hit F1 and then go over here to keyboard map. Now how do you execute it? Hit space. Okay, so this is all the keys. So you can make your own keys too. So how do we exit? Shift Escape. Okay, so the demo. Okay, so Control D, and then actually let's not do it that way. Well, anyway, we can go to the demo directory and then go into the games and then start playing some of these. I hit spacebar to spacebar opens the editor. How do you run it? F5. F5. So F5 runs this little game. This one's a strange control. You use cursor and then you hold the space and hit a cursor. Hold the space, hit a cursor. Anyway, that's a strange control. Hold the space and hit a cursor. Anyway, so what I do, I'll tell you how I navigate. I hit Control M, and then I put all the directories that I like to go to listed here. Like here's games, demo games. Now I hit space to execute that. Now I use a cursor key. This is a directory listing. So if I want to edit, I hit space. Now how do you run it? Do you remember? How do you run it? F5. Okay, so now we're playing a game. Now how do we exit? Shift Escape. Shift Escape. Okay, so Shift Escape. Now we can go to let's go to the Eagle Dive. Now I hit space. I hit space when I was on top of that link. Now how do we run it? We hit F5. So this is a 8-core flight simulator. So no, it turns out, how do we exit? We hit Shift Escape. Okay, now we're back at the command line. Now the one command you might want to learn is directory, dir, this is a C language. It's case sensitive, so you have to use capital D. So to run a program, I recommend using dir and then using the cursor key to go on top, and then hit space, and then hit F5 to run. Okay, and then how do we exit out of here? Shift escape is exit. Okay, shift escape. So when you hit F5, it spawns a new window. It makes a new window. If I hit F5, look at this. So that made a new window pop up, and it ran the program, and now it's waiting to exit. So I hit shift escape. Now, eventually you want to learn the C language, at least enough. Now, how do we get to the menu? Do you remember the menu with the icons? We can click on menu if you want. So you can use the mouse wheel to scroll. So you can rearrange this. I don't know if you think it's more convenient to put your little links. See, I'm deleting carriage return and putting the line. Now I'm going to hit shift escape because I don't want to do that. But you can rearrange it. So Control M. Now if you look underneath, Control T, if you're familiar with HTML, it's kind of like that. Hit Control T, and now we have macro. This is what the plain text version is. Macro, left macro, and then here's the change directory, and then do a directory, and then do a carriage return, a new line. I'm sorry, new line. So eventually you want to learn enough so that you can make your own icons. I can show you how to make an icon if you want to see. How about let's go over here. Now you go up to your widgets, resource. This is actually a resource, an icon. So we hit, whoa, that's kind of weird. That's not good. Oh, okay, resource. Now we click on makes. We want to make a macro, sprite macro icon. And tag text, we want to say directory. I'm going to make a macro that does dir semicolon \n for carriage return. And we hit escape. How do you exit? Not shift escape, not shift escape. We want to hit just plain escape because we want to save the results. If we want to abort, we hit shift escape. So now we're in a menu for making a picture, graphic. So we can do, I'm going to do a color blue, width 4, and then I'll do a couple circles. How about that? Now I hit right mouse button and then I go down here to exit sprite. Now what did I do? I just put an icon on the menu. Now it's not saved. If you want to save, the menu doesn't save normally when you exit. Anyway, I'm trying. The menu is a special case. You have to save manually. Yeah. So you want to say save. Control S if you want to save it. I don't want to save. I don't want to save it. I want this. I don't want to ruin my menu. So I click on. Let's click on the icon up here. And what did it do? Maybe you can't tell, but it did this dir. Now because I didn't save it, when I go back up here, it's not going to be there. But I could save it, and then it would be there. Okay. So how about that?